please.
Thing?
We're live. I clicked on it. I don't know if it's playing. All right.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about going back to school and learning and little things to help. And Melissa should be here shortly. I'm not sure where she went. She was here a minute ago. I swear I have. So, welcome. And I hope everybody is all excited about tonight because I am. T has made us some lovely candles. And
She's over there.
Melissa, we're live.
Oh, you started early?
Oh, is it?
For 7:15.
Okay. I guess we're on for 7:15.
Lisa says hi.
Lisa says, hi, Lisa.
Early is better than late.
This is true. Early is better than late.
Correct.
Well, Lisa's here, but she knows the rules, so I don't have to go over those again. Wait till you see this cool stuff we got, Lisa. Very cool. Very excited. Like this guy here. That was my horrible noise. I love him. My new boyfriend.
That one's not going to come home late after drinking all night.
No,
That one's cool.
he's not going to talk back. And crap.
Hit on other. Well, I don't know. Bob likes to hit on other
And
women.
then bitch about the dishes. Yeah. Whatever.
Let's see. If we
So
can
Lisa, we're early, so I guess we're just going to hang out a few minutes. How's things in your world?
Yeah.
Melissa's setting up the gram.
Get the gram going. Grammy. And yeah.
Party over here. I have a message.
Mary says hello.
Hi, Mary. How are you? I hope everything's good. We're a few minutes early, so we're just kind of putzing around. We may play the cool intro again. You guys do anything fun this week?
All right. We can officially get going with Instagram.
Always show them little chunkers.
I will. Hello, babies.
Oh, Lisa jumped over to Facebook from YouTube. Cool deal. All right. So there we go. Now they can see all of our handy dandy setup
Our
stuff.
shenanigans.
We don't even have our own. Hey, Zachary, join us on Instagram so far. Tonight we're doing some back to school stuff, mainly to help with concentration, motivation, all of that fun parenting stuff, trying to keep your kids
Focused and on point.
Hi, Nadine.
Hi, Nadine. Hi, Zach.
Or if even like you're in college and you're having to do online schooling and you're just struggling with trying to give a shit because it's online and school's just not as fun as online.
No, but it goes faster. You don't have to wait for that dumb kid in the class to ask 5 million and 2 questions that they already answered.
Right. All right. So yeah, we're doing some back to school. So we've got Instagram going. We've got YouTube and Facebook lined up. All right. And feel free to ask questions, guys. We're going to go over some stones, some candle work, some herbal things to diffuse, just things to have in general, things for sharpening concentration, helping process the information, things like hypersync for attention deficits, keeping those thoughts from running around. So with that, did we want to start with stones first, candles first, herbs first?
Let's go herbs first.
Herbs first.
Ah,
That's a fun word. Herbs.
Herbs. but no peaches, just herbs.
Why no peaches?
You're too young to.
What you got against peaches? Now I have the.
We don't have any
president's song.
peaches. We just have herbs.
I have that song from. Oh, our camera shifted, and now it came back.
Yeah, because I fixed it.
So first, obviously sage. Sage helps. Not only is it cleansing, but it will help cleanse and kind of focus the mind. Burning, diffusing loose sage is kind of nice without the stick, because then you can use it on the charcoal briquettes and just put a little bit out at a time, rather than worrying about keeping that stick moving or having to put it out later.
True.
So, loose sage, don't worry so much about the stems, just the leaves. The stems get a little sparky, woody, not quite the same scent, a little more distracting.
Yeah.
So white leaf sage, peppermint, very awakening. This is why peppermint and grapefruit things are in a lot of body washes for morning time, because it
Perks you up.
wakes you up. Peppermint's pretty good in a tea as well. So you could boil peppermint like on the stove if it's near where you're going to be studying. Essential oil for roll-on. Always dilute peppermint
Dilute your
oil,
essential oils.
because it's considered a hot oil. It would burn the skin for most people if you put it on meats, but helps with that concentration, that awakening the mind, sharpening your focus. So it's another herb to use for study, concentration, being aware.
Or when you just start to feel tired after studying for a while, it helps perk you up a little bit.
Yeah, kind of wake you back up. Same thing with lemon balm. It's another one. Some people like it in tea, so you could.
Not as tart.
Yeah, So lemon balm. And then rosemary, be it the herb or essential oil. If you sniff or inhale the scent of rosemary as you're studying and right before test, it triggers memory pathways in the brain.
What is it? Rosemary?
Rosemary.
Awesome.
They've actually have science
Zachary
backing this
says
up now.
peppermint tea is great when writing papers and his personal experience.
Mm-hmm. It helps probably sharpen that memory and what you're wanting to write, keeping it in a nice focused way.
Without getting the rush you get from caffeine and then back down.
And then,
So
crashing. But there's actually scientific papers now about rosemary and stimulating memory. They're finally catching on to the woo-woo side.
the woo-woo.
That there's truth to, what grandma says about rosemary.
Woo-woo.
So if you can actually even put some of the essential oil like on a cotton ball and have it in your pocket. So when you're taking the test at school, put your hand in your pocket and kind of rub your nose, inhale it, and help trigger that memory from all the studying you did while smelling it. So rosemary, lemon balm, peppermint, and light sage are herbs to help with memory, studying, retention, and focal point. So parents, please keep an eye on this. Don't let your little ones do this themselves. Diffuse or what is
Also, you can make peppermint iced tea if kids don't drink hot tea.
right?
Or you can diffuse peppermint oil.
Mm-hmm.
Or I did make some wax melts for this occasion, but I forgot them. So they'll be here Saturday. They are peppermint and sage with fluorite and tiger's eye, and we're about to get into that in a minute.
Yes. So we do carry these here in the store. If they're not on the website, they will be soon. We are rebuilding the website. Hopefully this will be up soon. Greek philosophers and students wore rosemary when discussing. So if you want to look mystical as fuck when writing your wear that rosemary.
Got some in the yard. I'll be making a necklace tonight.
Be like, what are you wearing? What is this? This is my rosemary.
My
pendant."
rosemary.
Be in awe. So awe. What do we want to go to next? Since you mentioned the tiger's eye and peppermint.
Well, let's go with the stones.
Cool.
Cool.
Are you gonna go? You want me?
Okay. I guess it's me. I don't even know what half these stones are. Okay, let's start with tiger's eye.
Do tiger's eye. I'll do the others.
Tiger's eye. Isn't that pretty? Look at it. Look at it.
You know, you
Okay.
want to look at it.
So, it's my understanding that tiger's eye is supposed to help awaken, like, your third vision kind of thing to help pay attention and retain.
Okay.
Does that make any sense?
Tiger's eye for me is usually luck, grounding, protection, but that's what I remember of tiger's eye.
Okay. Well, when I looked up stones for learning, tiger's eye was like in the top 5.
Let's see. The fun thing is that particular one right there is actually some tiger iron. It's got hematite in it. Hematite helps with concentration and will help take those overly racing thoughts and kind of slow them down and like get them into a format, nice linear format for easier
This
simulation.
cute guy is available for sale, and he is $75. And we're going on a date tonight, so you can have him tomorrow. My new boyfriend. He doesn't talk back. Very
What's his
appreciative
name?
of that.
I always want to name him George. But
Jeff.
Jesk or
Jesk. Jesk. His name is Jesk.
Hey Glenn, Uncle Glenn over on the
Hi, Uncle Glenn.
the Book of Faces.
And then we also have, we got all kinds of tiger's eye here. We have a tiger's eye Buddha. He is so cute. I could just squish him, but I can't because he's a rock. Tiger's eye Buddha. Really, really love this. He's only 25. He's got great coloring to him. And, you know, Buddha was a really smart guy. Maybe you could ask him for some advice while he's hanging around, you know. You could do like Bill and Ted, you know, ask Buddha how to build a time machine so you can go back and get your historical figures.
Best way to write the paper, man.
Yeah.
From the direct source.
Righteous, dude. All right. Then we have Tiger's Eye and Spheres, which is a nice pocket one. It rolls off the table, though.
Hematite rings make great spear holders.
Oh, they do. You're right. We've used those.
And they're only $1.
And they're only $1. And then we have Tiger's Eye in this cool, I'm not sure what this shape is.
They're kind of calling like free form.
Freeform.
It's kind of like this.
I was thinking tombstone, but okay. Freeform, tombstone.
I was thinking mini bookend, but
Could be a mini bookend. Also 25. Nice hunk. Sits nicely. Hold your papers down while you're working on it. Kind of like that one. All right.
So another one like.
And then we have just loose stones, polished. And these are how much?
tiger size $2.
$2.
So with like the tumbled stones, because we have it in like the tiger's eye.
Yeah.
We have shungite.
Shungite. That was another one that was up there.
So another one to use. We've got tumbled and we have pyramids. When you have your tumbled, keeping them in your pocket, the stones work best when they're within 2 feet of you. So in your pocket, or ladies, if you don't have pockets in your skirts, guess what?
I shove them in
In
my
the
bra.
In
My
the bra.
bat utility belt. Everything goes in
Or
there.
as Hawaiian grandma puts it, her gravel pit. So stick them in the gravel pit.
She's a hoot.
That way they're within that 2 feet. They do you no good if they're in your wallet or in your special stone bag sitting in the kitchen and you are studying in the den across the room.
Sure.
So keeping them within 2 feet of you, or even ideally making a grid, be it like four corners that you're sitting in or in a circle that you're sitting in, because then you're in that energy field. And then you can always pick one or two up out of that grid, take it with you to school. Just remember to kind of put it back. But shungite, so not only do we have stones for helping with memory, but shungite, because a lot of school and studying is happening with electronic devices, some people are worried about electromagnetic smog. So stones like shungite and labradorite will help kind of dampen that down, putting it next to the monitor or, the charging plate of your iPad or your, cell phone, if that's what you're working on. So back to some stones that help with concentration. We have azurite.
What stone is this?
That is a rodent stone who hopefully will not poop on the table.
That's like pooping in my hand.
So azurite is really the blue that's in these stones. And the reason why it's more square than round is azurite is a hard stone to tumble out. It's kind of flaky and brittle.
Oh.
And in some of your pieces, if you get the shades of green, that's actually malachite. So in a way, you can sometimes be lucky and get malachite in with your azurite. But that is another stone for concentration. Of course, quartz.
Quartz.
It's a magnifier, so it's going to help magnify everything. Now, that being said, a little side note. Actually, I really like this one. All those formations going on. If you have somebody that is high anxiety, keep an eye on the quartz because it is a magnifier. You don't want to magnify the anxiety. So quartz may be something to use only when studying. Don't stick it in your pocket if there's an anxiety issue with being in school, being surrounded by the people, the test taking, like, oh my God, just kind of leave the quartz back at home where study's happening. Don't magnify that anxious feeling. It's probably like one of the few stones that has that I add the disclaimer to. Smoky quartz is another one that helps with concentration, again, because it's in the quartz family. More so than rose quartz. Rose quartz doesn't really help with concentration and studying. Lisa says a teeny floof.
Yes, I have a teeny floof. This is Chunkers. She's an albino hamster, kind of. She's got this cool yellow stripe down her back, if you can see it there.
She's a dwarf albino.
She's a dwarf albino hamster. And she's great fun. We like her, except for the poops. But, everybody poops, so what are you going to do? They're tiny, at least. I'll give her that. She's got tiny little poops.
So lepidolite is another one. Not only with concentration, but lepidolite helps with anxiety and calming.
And decision-making.
Yes. So I grabbed this piece so it was big enough to see. Purple is lithium, and that's why it works so well for calming. Ideally, if you can get a piece kind of like this one, how it's still kind of unfinished on the back where you can actually touch that and let that absorb into the skin. But that's why a lot of like holistic massage therapists use lithium massage rollers because of that lithium, getting into the skin. So that's another one to maybe have in your pocket if you're having a lot of anxious feeling when you're, in school, if you are going into the building, or if your students going into the building, your children, stick some lepidolite, in their pocket and let them, touch it, rub it.
I have a big lepidolite heart on my desk that I bought from you when you came back from Phoenix. So, or Tucson.
Have you rubbed a little thumb groove into that thing yet?
It's huge, and I just put my hand on it like my mouse instead of just sit there and hold it.
Yeah, it's a great, fun to say.
It's a
pretty purple. Can be purple to pink depending on how that lithium is running in through there. Let's see what else. I want to jump to candles real quick.
Yeah, let's
while I organize my rocks here because I got a table full of rocks.
So mainly we brought the I'm going to put Chunkers back, the floof down. We brought anxiety. Whoa, spilling this stuff out. All right, let's try this one. No, that's pretty loose too. Okay, anxiety candles. And anxiety candles are, what's in OT?
The scent is lemon, lavender, frankincense, and myrrh.
So lemon, lavender, frankincense, myrrh. There's by chamomile too.
There's chamomile on top. It's not in the candle itself, but in the candle itself is lemon, lavender, frankincense, and myrrh, and then sage.
That all important sage.
Actually, no, not sage. Blood orange.
Blood orange.
Blood
So
orange.
you get a little perky in there with your relaxation.
And then on top, it's frankincense, benzoin, rose quartz, chamomile, and lavender.
And we have a new container, these cool round ones. Also, we have it in the cauldron, as per usual. We have your large cauldron and the small cauldron. And the anxiety candle has been selling really well. I think a lot of people struggle with a bit of anxiety. It does smell really good.
Well, Lisa says she really likes it.
Yeah, I've been burning another one at home. And I enjoy it. Between that and my lepidolite, I should probably be studying something.
World domination. That's what we're
World
studying.
domination.
So, fluorite is another stone to help with all sorts of concentration. And I got to get the flashlight ready here to show people.
Fluoride is like my favorite.
Yes.
I
love it.
So fluorite really helps with sharpening that concentration and the healing.
And remembering.
Yes. So we have, these are my favorite pieces because of all the colors running through them and how thick they are. They're nice and thick, so it's actually a little more sturdy. But having a piece like this just kind of sitting again on the desk near you, because obviously you're not going to get that into your pocket very easily or comfortably. Explain why your pocket's bulging out in schools right now. Otherwise, we have the little towers that you can put in your study area to help out. We also carry, oops, as I'm dropping everything, pendants, and these ones, there's a lot of color in these, just hard to see because of how they're mounted. So wearing it on a chain also makes it easier than trying to remember the rocks. Did they go through the washing machine? Did you leave them on your desk at home? It's a yellow fluorite. It was really nice. Finding a piece of yellow without a whole bunch of stuff running through it is kind of an issue sometimes. So being able to wear it instead of always keeping it in the pocket
is great. Don't forget to cleanse it once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Fluorite, most stones you can use just plain sunlight for cleansing and recharging. Fluorite is one of the few that you don't want to do that. Eventually the sun will bleach it out and you'll have a milky white piece of fluorite instead of all of the pretty colors that it comes in.
So sage it.
Saging, you could take sea salt and just kind of lay it down like in a pan and then like just lay it there. You may not want to like shake it or be abrasive, but just lay it there.
Or moonlight.
That's always a fun. I should make an after hours talk, debate some popular things like why some people always prefer moonlight over sunlight when moonlight is the same light. It came from the same source.
It's just being reflected.
Right. Believe it or not, ruby is another one that helps with concentration.
Really?
You've got these fun little raw rubies. This is what ruby looks like before they start playing with it and polishing it and heating it.
Is it better for it to be rough?
Personal preference, really, rough over tumbled. And if you have a piece of ruby on you, it's said to always keep money in your pockets and your wallet.
Really?
Mm-hmm. One of those old folklore things about ruby.
Yeah.
So ruby, and we just got the rubies back in, raw rubies, $3 if you need ruby. Sapphire is another one for concentration. I don't have sapphire currently singly in a stone, tumbled, or raw. When I can get it, it's usually in a raw barrel form. Couldn't really get my hands on it this time in Tucson. Also helps with intuition and meditation. So all things mental, sapphire will help with. Somebody's persistent in the phone calling. So I only have sapphire right now in pendants. If you need a pendant, there's two to choose from. Both 34, depending on the age of your youngin'. Maybe not sapphire jewelry for like your second grader. Give them the tiger's eye. That's $2. If it goes missing,
no big deal.
We got more. And hyperstain. Now this one might be kind of hard to show. It does do cool, like reflection, not refraction, I should say.
Oh, okay.
Kind of hard to see.
I see. Let's see.
But this helps with ADD, ADHD, hyperactivity. So
this camera just did not want to focus on that.
It will not show those glimmers that
Oh,
happen.
wait, you can kind of get a hint of it there at that
A
angle.
little bit.
All right, let's try it up here. Can you see any of those?
Nope.
So hyperspeed,
Tilt it
to
like
help
that way.
with concentration, but for ADD,
A little bit, yeah.
ADHD.
Ooh, yeah, there we go.
So if you know somebody, or if you yourself are trying to study and you're just having issues with holding that attention, and it's not
I've never
just,
even heard of it.
Mhm. And despite the name, like when I first heard of hypersteen, I was highly suspicious, like that's man-made just because of the way the name is.
Right.
But it's actually a natural stone.
Sweet.
So hypersteen,
How much are
ADD,
those?
ADHD.
35.
That was one I could not find in Tumbled again this time. Hopefully here again soon. I've got a couple of my rock people like on the hunt for me as soon as they get notified it's available. They are to
Find
call
me
me.
stuff.
Yeah. So like people give me the shopping list when I go to Tucson. I give some of my other rock people.
The shopping list.
Yeah, like I could not get my hands on as you're out and about traveling, visiting the mines. Like if you find this, snatch it for me, let me know.
Sweet.
So stones to help inspire the kids give a shit about school. Motivation. Carnelian and citrine. Those will help with concentration too, but should hopefully help them give a little more damn. Which means I need like to make a suit
You need a house made
of carnelian for my teenage
citrine.
boy. Yes. Because let's face it,
He does not give a damn about that kind of stuff.
it's all pointless and he doesn't want to have to. I'm never going to use it. Why am I learning this? This is stupid.
Tell him to learn the metric system.
Angie.
He will use that.
So we have carnelian and we also have the citrine, natural citrine, which is a fun
Carnelian
thing.
flame. This one's 28. The big old stone.
And the sphere's 20. You need a sphere.
I have a rose quartz flame, and I have to say that it's one of my favorite ones to look at when it's just sitting up there. It's just pretty.
Spirally.
Yeah.
So fun thing. Citrine, when it's orangey and brown, that's natural citrine. It has been baked by Mother Nature oven, not a GE oven.
Okay.
When it's all nice, sunshiny yellow and even in color, that's been enhanced because citrine is actually amethyst that's been heated.
It's been manhandled.
So Mother Nature oven versus GE oven.
What if I have an LG oven?
I think that still falls on the man oven.
Okay.
Right?
Just checking.
Hey, Annie. So, citrine and carnelian, not only for some concentration, but motivation, energy. I do not recommend poking your child with it to wake them up, to get them moving.
I can't throw it at them. Do your damn homework.
You could. I just don't know how well that's going to work, especially if they throw it back.
GPS will be knocking at my door.
They might be. Well, you could throw rocks at them.
Oh, my kid's actually over age now. He's an adult, so it's just straight assault at this point. There's no more child abuse. It's just assault. Just straight assault.
I did tell Rune that he's 6 months away from being 18, in which case he's old enough to go to jail on his own.
Mm-hmm.
And that
And that if you decide to whoop his ass, it's only assault.
yes.
There's no more hope of a foster home for him.
No, straight on the streets for you, young man. I don't think that's helping his anxiety much. We might have to change how this conversation is going.
Don't buy him luggage for his 18th birthday. I made that mistake once.
How'd that work?
Oh, I'm still hearing about it.
Who?
Devin.
Oh.
I might like that idea though. I might just have to consider
Yeah, it was
that.
supposed to be a joke, but apparently it wasn't funny to him.
Well, Rune at one point, poor kid, I was just so frustrated. Like, I know you're doing your work. I'm helping you do it. Why do I get emails every day that nothing's being turned in? So right in front of him, I was looking up military schools. Like there's 2 in Indiana, like one in New
Turn in
York.
your homework then.
And he put on the good front in front of me that he didn't care, but then he went and ran to grandma. It was like, Mom hates me, Mom doesn't love me, she's sending me away. And instead of going, you're right, I should try harder, like it went completely. So don't do that. Don't threaten to send your kid to a military school.
Did you tell him grandma's not the boss of me?
No, but I have used that whole, well, obviously, what was it, like my mom's cooler than your mom? Yeah, because obviously grandma's going to save you. So it's kind of a short little show, but I think all of us, like everybody is wondering like how to get through school online, especially young kids.
Yeah.
How to keep them motivated and focused and centered. So doing things like diffusing, the oils, the herbs, putting the stones around them. And if they pick it up and if they're fidgeting with them, it's not going to hurt the stone. It's not going to hurt anything.
If they're using it as a distraction to not doing their homework, though, then yeah, you tell them to put it down.
Yeah.
But
because I know, like, when I did my homework, like I was a fidgeter. I could not sit at the table.
Not me. I'd get home, I'd crank that out as fast as I could, and I was gone.
Well, I did, so I wouldn't have to worry about it, and I had the rest of my evening. But I would
Right.
either sit on the floor and use the couch as the table, or on my bed. But I was constantly shifting and moving how I was sitting.
Also, too, when I was in school, we still had busing, and I had an hour in the morning to do my homework too. So sometimes that happened. Or I get it done on the bus on the way home from school. So when I got home, I didn't have to do anything.
Well, and before Broome got into the JVS and I think it's the Fireland School District, they do not allow the kids. They don't want the kids doing homework on the bus, and because they might leave their books on the bus. But I'm
that's dumb.
I'm like, we're only 5 miles down the road, and it takes you over an hour to get home on this bus because it's such a huge school district.
Right.
And they're telling the kids they're not allowed to do the schoolwork on the bus.
I would argue that.
Yeah.
Someone would have got a stern email from me.
I would have just done it anyways.
If you guys have questions, otherwise, I think, it's kind of a short one. Only about a half hour.
We got a quickie.
We do. I thought it was going to go a little quicker or longer, but either that or we're just too good at throwing out the information and now, but
It's getting boring in our old age, I think.
we might be.
What else? What are other things that can help your kid focus? I always like bribery. Hey, it works. I hate to say it.
Bribery.
It does not. I'm sorry to say.
Are we doing a Sunday live? If we do, it would have to be later in the evening. Do you have like a certain topic you'd like us to do on Sunday, or a certain sale on Sunday? Laura and Annie.
Hi, Laura and Annie.
I'm also tired.
Tired too.
Coffee will help.
Hiding yawns.
Coffee would help get homework done too.
I don't recommend giving young kids coffee. You have to deal with them afterwards.
Actually, depending, some doctors will say to give coffee for ADD, ADHD hyperactivity.
Yeah,
It helps.
you just gotta watch your time.
And it's not true that it will stunt their growth.
Well, I didn't think it would. It's a magic bean.
There was a bit of time where that was like the whole why you shouldn't give it to kids.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird things out there.
My grandma was giving coffee at a very young age. Like they
Oh,
put
see,
it
like,
in like a
Zachariah
bottle.
drank it at 5, and C didn't stunt your growth, right? You're good.
Jared's been drinking it, I think, since he was 8. So
Ring did for a little bit, and then he bought into that whole stunning his growth, and then he quit. He would not.
who told him that?
Some kids at school, because other kids in school, like they know everything.
Right.
Um,
At 10, they're just Einsteins. They don't need us anymore.
no, they know everything. And I'm kind of waiting for that time where I get to sit back and go, you thought.
Little selenite under their chair probably wouldn't hurt either.
Almost
Especially
6 foot. See,
if they're having.
Somebody's asking if we have large cauldrons without candles.
We do.
There's 2 or 3 of them. Two of them over there.
2 of them over there. They're $18. little chunkers is in her ball now, and she's gonna run amok on the table apparently. We also have a small cauldron empty. I think those are $13, $12.50, something like that.
Probably. Yeah.
It doesn't have prices. Oh yeah, it does. It is also 18.
So these ones are 18, and this one would be what, the 13.
Yeah.
It says 18.
Well, that's mistaken.
So if you need an empty cauldron,
We have those.
we have them. These are ceramic. They are not cast iron. So just a little point of interest on there.
And lately, the biggest question I get is, are they food safe? They are food safe as long as after you burn it. I mean, like you can, if you bought the empty one, you can just go ahead and use it. That's not a problem. But if you want to use your filled cauldrons afterwards for food, make sure to clean it really well. And as long as burning the candle didn't crack or pit the glazing on the inside, you're fine. But if you have cracks or pits inside, don't eat out of it.
Right. So if you want to use one for food, get one that's strictly only food, mark it somehow,
Right.
and then use your other one for candles, incense, things of that nature. But we do have the big one, and we have one small one that are empty, ready to go. Don't know when the cast irons are going to be available. So many of the warehouses and manufacturers are so far behind, and they are out of everything that I'm on so many notification email lists to be alerted when things are finally coming back in stock. So, but in the meantime, we have Nikki who can make all of the ceramic ones for us.
Yay!
Support local, guys.
Oh, I got some cool mugs coming up.
What's cool about the mugs?
They have bat wings.
Oh, yes.
It just looks like a cup with two bat wings, but they're cool. I've never seen anything like it, so I'm excited about it. Bat! Just put that on the mug. Bat!
Right.
So those will be coming soon. I'm not going to put candles in them. I thought people, maybe I can fit a glass or a votive in there. I'll put a votive.
That way you can pull out.
You can pull it out and use the mug.
Yes.
Yes. Now we're thinking.
Acting like we know what we're doing.
I know.
Smile and nod. Smile and nod. All right. So, any last minute questions on studying, schoolwork,
Questions,
staying
concerns,
motivated?
comments?
Cool. We get an early night.
All right. Well, thanks
Which
everybody
is-
for coming.
It's kind of cool because I have to go fight with this new website in the background now when I get home.
Yay! Website fights.
Right now, they're winning.
I hate that.
Damn you, third-party inventory syncing systems. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming in.
Thanks
and
for coming. Have a great night. Everybody be safe. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. And try and be a little understanding with your kids because they're probably going to be understanding with you.
Especially as you try to explain to them how to do math in
Yeah,
a not
because
new math way.
the new math is, ooh, I don't know about that.
Hey,
one.
Alexa, I need to get with you to see about doing the gemstone penis reading still. People are still loving that and wanting it. And that'll be a fun thing to do.
That would be fun. I'll have it done.
Let's
do that.
Who doesn't want to throw a handful of gemstone penises down and get a reading based off of that?
Well, there's that woman in England who breeds asparagus.
Really?
Yeah. And she makes a fortune, too.
Reading asparagus.
Asparagus. She drops the asparagus.
I have to applaud her for her ingenuity and like rocking that out.
Apparently that's some seriously old school something that she does. She explained it once. Okay.
Not as, yeah.
She's famous in Britain.
I'm gonna have to look her up.
You should look her up.
All right, Alexa, I'm going to need you to learn how to read asparagus too.
That's just fascinating.
Maybe we'll turn it into broccoli. Pumpkin seed readings.
Like, where does she get it in the off season? Is what I want to know.
Hopefully not China.
No, probably not.
All right, now we're just
All
being
right.
silly.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.